All right. This is your host, Paul Gaither. This is more NCAA 2003. I just have fun playing these old school games with you, and at some point I might find myself playing '06, and might find myself playing Madden '08, and those other games that are incredibly popular, and, well, that's what we're doing right now. So, we're going to take a look at, we are going to be Boise State on defense, and we've got Georgia on offense. So let's talk about defense a little bit. I've talked about it many other times. I'd kind of like to do this and go over the playbooks and the ideas for myself to take notes on a physical piece of paper, which is another reason why I'm doing this live. Screw it, we'll do it live. Is because it can be fun and interesting in terms of, what do we call it? Just testing things out, right? Instead of making a video that's an official video for the channel. Not that this is less of a video, but see what plays we like, see what plays we don't like. And there's certain plays in here that I just want to put in the trash can, right? And I think I had a video before about man lock, but that was in Madden. And I think it's more the equivalent of crash left in this video. Or not this video, in this playbook. So let's take a look at man lock, and let's take a look at a regular passing play. Do we have anything with 5 wide receiving threats? No, I don't think we do. But 4 wide receiving threats, like outs, okay? Regardless of the settings, you're going to see some things that I talked about many times before. One thing that I can't do is use the left trigger to move my defensive line to the right, because that's also respot the ball in practice mode. So that's an issue. Regardless of that, imagine I shift the D-line to the TV right, so he's got a nose tackle, and he's like here, and he's outside the tight end, and he's over here, and then we can kick the linebackers over. And still look at the play art. The linebackers are looking like this. The safety is looking at the running back, and now how do they shift adjust? Okay, that's better. Kind of. So you can see the blitz is coming from this side. And there's some decent awareness here to care about this, but then come out and get this. So there's something nice here. Right, if we're just going to send this linebacker after the quarterback, and then we're going to have our 2 off-ball linebackers be in man coverage. As I said, you have to imagine that we're kicking this lineman over here, we're kicking this lineman over this tackle, we're kicking over to the center, we're kicking here between the 2 or even over the guard. Like, you have to imagine that the defensive line is kicked over, right? So that we can still have our on-ball player here, but you can again see the problem. This can be fine if you have double tight ends like that. So you've got the safety, and you have this linebacker banjoing these 2 players, and you could have this player on the running back, though even then if the running back escapes out this way, you're falling behind. Why does it feel like my frames per second are really low? Literally coming from my system, not from like the video that's being recorded. It feels weird. Maybe I have to go into my TV settings. Maybe I have to go back to game mode. Maybe something happened on my TV, like resetting it to its default way that it's got like latency or something. It feels really weird. You may not even be noticing it on your end. But I don't like man lock. It just doesn't have a good balance of coverage. I like crash left a lot better. So let's again go with outs. And imagine the D-line is shifted over, if you will. This time, we still have the same setup. Imagine the D-line is shifted. But now the pressure is coming like this. And we have someone in man coverage here, someone in man coverage here. We've got the blitzer. We've got someone in man coverage that can take on the running back. someone in man coverage that can take on this position or against a slot receiver. I like it a bit more on paper. See, if I use the L trigger, I can't adjust the defensive line. Just getting beat on a pass play, like, I don't mind, right? This is like a top 25 ranked team. Georgia's like 13th ranked or whatever. And Boise State at this point, they would lose to the only SEC team they would play, Arkansas, and they would get their butts kicked. They win all their other games, but it took them some time to catch up and be a better force. Just having the quarterback throw against what I think is a freshman, or what is Franklin at this point? Franklin is a sophomore redshirt, so he's been with the team. This is his third year, but he's a sophomore. Yeah, and just having this quarterback just complete this ball right where it needs to be. Zero complaints about all of that. I just like the play a lot better, though. See, this blitz is coming in. And the offensive line is not the one picking them up. He needs his pass blocking running back. And we're just putting as much pressure as we can reasonably apply. So while it didn't work out in our favor, I like crash left as a play. Cover 2 I'm not a fan of. Let's just look at this art. See the giant gaps between the flat coverage and the deep zones. And while the flats coverage, thankfully, is able to sit there and fight, and then peel off and actually do something here, like that. Coach Bill Belichick, when he was with the Giants, said the 5 yards is called the no coverage zone. So you really, even the flats should actually be kind of like this. And he's covering the bottom of what would be the flats. And this is still like, should be his zone. These like yards 5 to 10. And then this should be like the no coverage zone. Because if they throw underneath here, you're supposed to come up and make the tackle, but you don't want to bite too hard. So he's still defending his zone, so that's nice. We also can see how there's like a giant area of the field that's just left uncovered. That this is attacking, and that this is attacking. So I'm not a big fan of it, but it exists. Double the split end. So this should be the X receiver. And it is. SE stands for split end. So you see double SE, that's split end. So just to kind of get you to understand that, we have the tight ends. Okay? So he's end of the line of scrimmage. He's an end. He's tight to the offensive line, so he's called a tight end. Now, in many cases, let's go to another formation. Let's go double split end. And let's go something like, here you go, regular I formation, vertical. Like that. See how we're doubling there. So we don't have a tight end. The end on the line of scrimmage is this wide receiver, who is split out. He is a split end. Okay, he's split from the offensive line. So if he were right here, he would be a tight end, but because he's out here, he's a split end. Whereas, why is he not a split end out here? Well, he's not on the line of scrimmage, right? He's off the ball. We have a tight end here, and then we have the flanker. So he's flanking. So you'll see FL. So FL is flanker, and SE is split end. So that's a thing. So we have double split end, and will that matter if we have interesting routes like wide receiver post? Now, if he's just going to be the better athlete against the two athletes, of course, sometimes if you can't cover him, even double coverage. But the idea is supposed to be, okay, you've got one guy covering in-breaking routes, another guy covering out-breaking routes. We're just doubling him. We're going to have two dudes. And it's like, are you serious? You're going to, like, double cover me? Like, yeah, we are going to double cover you. That leaves single coverage and nothing else in other positions. We're going to pass rush and try to apply pressure. And Avalos here, my understanding, is the current Boise State coach. So, Andy Avalos, current Boise State coach in the year 2024 is my understanding. Linebacker at the time. So, I'm not like against these double FL, double flanker kind of plays, but I want something more. Crash right, I see is the same as man lock, so get out of here. Cover 2, if we're inside the 20-yard line, like backed up into the red zone. But so far, crash left is the first one I actually enjoy. Base can be interesting, especially base flipped. And if they, let's say, go line to toss. Ooh, they're picking it up. That's nice. Anyway, the idea is we will want to kick the defensive line out, roll the linebackers back, and then we would have a deep zone here, a player in the hole. But I can't kick the defensive line, so I just decided to try and kick the linebackers out like that. Very good job. Very good job. So again, the idea being that we should have this as a first player. And the fact that he's getting blocked is not good for us. Okay? In many cases, we actually want to kick the defensive line over and kick the linebackers underneath, but whatever. Let's see, what else can we do? We can say linebackers like that. Yeah, that worked a lot better for us. You can see that over the center, here, here. Yeah, we got the 3 down like this, like this. So the guys are picked up, and we have the freedom for the linebacker to flow. And we also have this linebacker flowing, so they can both go up and make the tackle. And that's also part of the point right here. I didn't even get the chance. I was just physically moving the defensive line since I can't trigger it. And when I got to this point, it was like, okay, I'm going to try to user control it. And oh no, he spun on me. Oh no, I basically pushed him back to the teeth of the defense, which are my teammates, which is part of the point. You got me, and then you got blown up, right? So that's a reason why I like base. We can still run base the other way. We can also do the lead toss. And have people come up in the box. So you can still be like centering out here, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go 0 out 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So you still end up getting pickups across the board like this. And you're just creating problems for math. Center takes on this spot, this player takes on this spot. We're still having our guard and our tight end. That's 2, 3 blockers. So 1 takes on here. And now we've got 2 guys against 2 guys. At this point, we actually got off the block, which is nice. We're just collecting together and getting the hole, causing problems. The safety is getting involved. He's trying to make the tackle for only 1 yard gain. The running back does something really good. And the linebacker comes up and makes a play. Gain of 2. Not quite 3. Maybe 3 right there. 3 yards. Drives him back. Gotta love it. No, you don't gotta love it. You can do whatever you want, but I enjoy it. Okay, hopefully it's running well. I got some heebie-jeebie jumps on my screen, so I hope nothing has a problem here. We're looking at crash left, cover 2, base. Those are things I like. Double tight end, again, not a big fan. QB spy, I'd rather do something else with my time. Rather than just QB spy, though it is nice. If you know you're going against scrambling quarterbacks, it's not a bad one. Cornerback blitz, I don't mind blitzing from the secondary. You got to know what you're doing. Here we're facing left-handed quarterback. So again, I don't mind the decision. But even this, Coach Cody from matchquarters.com, he talks about, like, you really want to blitz from this side when they're actually on the hash mark, not here in the middle, not all the way out here. You want to blitz from the boundary. So he has less ground to cover. So if you do find yourself in a boundary situation, it's not a bad call. But not what I want normally. It's like a back pocket call. There's your double flanker. It's double FL. We had double split in with a blitzer. We've got double flanker. So I guess you could like flip it as you want, cover one, and then doubling the other side. This is like a bracket. This double flanker play is a classic play that the 2011, 2012, 2013 49ers ran. It's a Vic Fangio classic. One of the things that makes it classic is it's supposed to pre-snap look like cover 2 man, also known as cover 5, which is our second play here on the playbook screen. They're supposed to look the same pre-snap. You're not supposed to give away the fact that you're doubling the flanker. And then you end up rolling into a cover 1 high. Is there a way we can not give away what we're doing? I think we refuse to do that. Yes, Y button plus A. Y button coverage audible A. So that way you look like you're too high. You're not totally too high, but you look like you're too high. And then you actually bail to help out in double coverage, which he's just beating himself at the top, which is really unfortunate. But that's supposed to be the idea there. And then he rolls to the hole. And it can look like a cover 3 defense. And I'm pretty happy with that, moving the defensive line as such. Having the 3 down here, having that edge right there. 2 off the ball, 1 on the ball outside. Double coverage here. Looking at linebacker, safety, corner against 1-2 threats. So we call it 1-2, 3 over 2. We call it 3 over 2. Then we have 1-2, 3 with a safety up here. So 4 versus 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 over 3. Excuse me, and 3 over 2. And depending on what happens, if they send both of the backs out, we can still take care of it. But we also have these 2, these 3 versus 1, 2, 3 in the backfield with a safety over the top. So just no matter which way you want to look at it, we're always +1. So the 3 linebackers versus the tight end, running back, and fullback 3-3. But we've also got +1 right here. So we're +1 over the middle of the field. We're +1 to the one side of the field. We're +1 to this side of the field. No matter which way you want to slice it, we're +1 against the coverage here. So give me double flanker all day. And I can definitely understand double split end, doing the same thing, but sending a pass rusher. So I can see the value in it. Let's again go double split in. Let's go out. Let's press like that. And he makes a tackle in the open field. So yeah, pressing Y and then A button to like have the generic alignment, so they still look like too high and they don't look like they're getting away. But really, he's going after the split end. And he's covering, I don't know, whoever he's covering. But this time we're actually sending a pass rusher. We have no deep coverage. So they throw something underneath. And we get the tackle like 6-7 yards. They're happy with it, but we're also as a defense, we're pretty happy with it. So it's not that double split in is a bad play. It can go along with the fact that you use double flankers every so often. So 2-man. That's a good call. 2-man, double flanker, double split in. Crash left, cover 2 zone. Base is nice. Cornerback blitz off the boundary. Fireman, that would be interesting. Let's go against outs. Again, yeah, you're just cover zeroing this. You're sending both outside linebackers. So there's probably something we want to do like that, possibly. Shift it like that. Maybe mess with the defensive line a bit to try to... One of the goals that I have here is try to shoot this gap. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice and interesting. It was after the center, huh? Then we get picked up. Well, that messes with things. That can cause some problems. Press coverage, cover zero look, like we have no depth. But we're getting the press. And the pressure to get the sack. I mean, Fireman works as a good pressure generating play. Cover 3 strong. That is a cloud coverage on the right hand side. That's nice. Man zone. That's nice. Got blitz. Definitely want to mess with the alignment up front to make that work. Pinch. This is like the cover 2, but is it the defensive line is the difference? You see here cover 2. And then pinch looks like the same play, but the defensive line crashing down, huh? Storm blitz, that's a nice one. Rush zone is half decent. Strong safety blitz is decent. Palms coverage is nice. 3 deep spy. Who is the spy? Is it the safety? I assume it's the safety. No. Very nice. So, 3 deep spy. That has 3 defenders deep, 3 defenders in man, and a spy player. Interesting. Whipman is like Fireman, but you're trading one of the outside blitzers for a middle linebacker. And you could flip it. Mad Blitz is Mad Blitz. Cover 1 is just more of the same man lock and crash whatever. crash right, man lock, and cover one. They're all functionally the same play, like 3 times over. So kind of frustrating there. Quarters and safe. I think this quarters play has some man zone. Yeah. Has 2 man coverages, which in some ways I like even more. Though I don't like the fact that we're getting sucked inward before going outward. So one of the things here I was thinking about, like, okay, we're going to have press coverage, but palms, and he bails, which is nice. But they just blindly bail. They don't do much of anything. And the man coverage means that we're just, well, okay. Palms press. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. The cover 4 is nice. It's kind of like the cover 5. They've got like all 5 layers, right? He just stays here. There's just no sideline coverage, right? So I think safe is going to be a little bit better if that's something I want to do. Safety blitzes. Safety blitz is definitely a play that you bring him up to the box and you show him cover 0. You get burned for a shot. And that's really it, is you're going to face cover 0, you better get burned. We're also going to be blitzing not from depth, but from the line of scrimmage. And I think this is like a true sellout run blitz. Strong safety blitz is fine. So now that we've kind of talked about them all, do we want to recap briefly? Like a no, yes, no, whatever. No to man lock, cover 2, so, crash left, I like it. Double split in, back pocket, base seems fine to me, like literally as a base defense, hence the name. It's a good one. Crash right, get out of my face. Double tight end, well, since we've got flanker and split end, also the tight end is a nice one to double. The QB spike can be nice. Cornerback blitz, a back pocket, double flanker, like it as an alternative with base and everything else. Cover 2 man is a classic, also known as cover 5. Fireman is a way of sending those 2 linebackers after things, and then we scroll down and the safety blitz is to send the safeties instead. That's Fireman, and we keep scrolling down and finally we get Whipman. That's a play. So they're all kind of in that same family. The Fireman is the double outside linebacker, Whipman is the middle in and outside, and then the safety blitz, instead of blitzing linebackers, we're blitzing safeties, right? So they can be still part of that family tree, and they're nice. Gut splits I haven't played, but you're basically still blitzing, hence the name, by having 5 people rushing the quarterback. The problem is the pass protection of the offensive line doesn't get fooled, especially when you can flip who's going, who's coming, whatever, so it's kind of so-so, neither here nor there. Man zone, never a fan of man zone plays. Cover 3 strong could be interesting. And then zone blitzing with rush blitz. Storm blitz. I find pinch and 2 to be the same play and redundant. Safe I like better than the other options. 3 deep spy, so, but strong safety blitz, I like that a bit more. Mad blitz, I don't see myself really calling. Quarters is actually worse than safe, in my opinion. I can never see the value against nickel and dime of having the corners in man coverage versus linebackers. I could see quarters being good with nickel and dime formations, but less so out of base. Zone blitz is so-so. You're really putting pressure on the middle. It's fine. I think that's pretty good. I'm yawning a lot. We're over half an hour, right, by just a few seconds, which is a good time to cut it off because after a while people get bored after videos that are too long. So we got to talk some defense, and I'm going to reference this video, maybe call it practicing and talking defense, some kind of thing like that, like, you know, practicing defense in NCAA 2003, whatever. I can reference that for future videos. Those who haven't seen it, I'll say, hey, you know, go watch my video about defense if you want more information. And I mean this video. So, it's been fun. I'm getting tired. It's almost midnight my time. It's well, it's 11:30, so I mean half an hour to midnight. But for me to shut everything down and get ready for bed, not so bad on a Saturday evening. Thank you so much for being here, or being here whenever you